Alrighty. Hello, all you wonderful people. This is a person who's not a potato. It's a common misconception. Today we're going to be streaming some Bit Heroes, discussing whether or not we should exchange some things, and just having an all-out great time, despite the fact that I haven't been able to stream in a while. Actually, that makes the time even better. Alright, so let's start some music and get into grinding. Now, the reason I haven't streamed in a while is, well, as you can probably guess, I've been quite busy. And I will probably end up being quite busy. I am decently busy this evening as well, so this stream's not going to be insanely long or anything like that. So I'll probably end up rushing through a lot of this stuff, but I'll still have this uploaded. Or I'm streaming it for those of you that do pop in. And alright, I think this team... I think I switched something around this team. Oh yeah, I did. I switched Nynx to the front. I completely forgot about that. Well, anyways, let's begin. Alright. And as per usual, let's slap this video in on the... Oh, interesting. It is misnamed. Please don't misname my video, YouTube. Okay. And the division. Boom. Yeah, it's called Test 2, strangely. Even though I very clearly stated on... Okay, I'm gonna have to go back in and change this, I think. What do I currently have it set up to? Alright, well, I'm just gonna have to change it under settings. Just give me a 1 minute, guys. Sorry. Okay, I think this should save. There we go. All right. And is this all good? Let's go back and refresh some things on my other, what's it called? Monitor. There we go. Now it's all good. Now it's all set up properly. And just double checking everything. Bummer, it's still showing the wrong... Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter that much. Going back here. So let's do some Bit Heroes. We got the invasion this week, which is pretty fun. I mean, I suppose I showcased that in my last Friday update. But progress is going pretty well on it. I don't know if we're ahead of or behind the quota for really succeeding at it. I can, of course, double check that as soon as this match is over. Because it would be interesting to see where the community falls on, well, are we doing pretty well in Invasion, or are we lackluster? I don't think we've won the last few times. Though I do remember them lowering the core requirement of one of them, so that was nice. Background of this is pretty cool. I mean, they utilize, of course, the natural one from the title screen, but they've also got, you know, these little houses. These, I think they're all themed additionally. So this ninja invasion is particularly themed for the ninjas, and it's very interesting when they defeat you. You don't act the background doesn't change to what it was previously. It just stays on the same one. At least I'm pretty sure. No, it actually. Let me take that all back. It actually moves forward instead of moving you backwards in order to pit the new team up. It's a pretty neat flag. I think that's a particular accessory as well, or a very similar skin to it. Oh, Bond just joined. Welcome, Bond. To the game. Currently, it's just me in the stream. Well, that's fine. Man, I am not doing too well. And this leads into my question of the day. Should we go for the legendaries now? The reason we might want to go for legendaries now is that we can immediately start doing Trials 210, or Trials/Gauntlet 210, which will allow us a chance at gaining Conduction. And Conduction's really the best route we can take for getting sets right now, because in order to get Maru, we're going to need at least 2 pieces and a staff, but for Conduction, we just need 2 pieces of Conduction, and we can already be utilizing its potential. See, I'm not sure. I would like to wait for more people to get on the stream, though, if I'm going to exchange anything. I'm definitely going to exchange it come Friday. Like, Friday, that's it. I'm just going to go for upgrading everything then. Alright, so that's done. Let's do some Gauntlet. Oh man, our Gauntlet's maxed. We definitely want to slice up some Gauntlets here. Slice up? Very interesting adjective. It would be really cool to do 210, to be completely honest with you. I would not mind going for the legendaries at this point, just to do that. It also gets you a better placement, and of course that better placement will get us mounts faster. It'll get us, it'll get us like everything. It'll get you better runes from the... Speaking of runes, next Friday we'll be able to craft a legendary major rune, which is really cool. We've got this crazy guy with Vade in the back. Actually, I'm not sure. Do they have the abilities? I mean, like, I know that the bosses do. The bosses have whichever abilities correspond to the accessory they're wearing. But how about these normal everyday potatoes? You have anything from common to epic. There's no doubt that they're wearing accessories. The question is whether or not they're being applied. I mean, I guess we can just observe and see if any of them get a dual strike or something like that. And of course, this round of people doesn't have anything, so we don't have to worry about trying to figure that out. This next match, we got speed, this guy has a little bit of increased crit. Yeah, nothing of that matter. I guess if we see something get blocked or whatever. I'm surprised I don't actually know this. Like, if accessories apply or not for these initial people. I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure they do. But they're giving us all wings and whatnot that don't actually do anything. Seems as though they added the initial ones in the game and haven't bothered to add in too many of the new things. Although they did add in the base stat flags, so you have like your damage, your speed flags, so on and so forth. All those were added in, it seems. Man, it's been a long time since they added those to the game as well. I feel pretty old. Oh, and we get our infamous lag spike. Just another reminder to reset my computer sometime. It's been on for the past, I think, week or two. And of course we got Mr. Mirror Wings, which is not too helpful for us. they're not quite as bad as, what is it, the accessory for Pure Deflect, or very close to Pure Deflect. But Mirror Wings are still pretty formidable. Because Deflect is very effective in taking down your teams. Also, I did discover, well, maybe, I think I probably noted this before, but that one viewer lurking there is actually myself. It is indeed. I am my own company. Remember I had a big conversation about that in like my first few videos. It's like, oh yeah, my one viewer, thank you. That's myself. Okay. We should have the right runes on right now. I'm trying to get my XP up. So let's do the raid. We're going to have to change the settings though quickly before they can get too far into the raid. We want to disable autopilot on death in case that happens, and of course we want to ignore the boss. That way when we get to him, we'll be able to switch out our runes. Always nice getting red robots as some of our first enemies. Or was that our first? I think that was our first even. It's great. And one more Rombit to add to our collection. We have well over enough to upgrade to legendaries at this point. I'll probably end up saving for conduction at this point. Although, oh wait, what's conduction? What pieces are conduction? Does it include your head? How many pieces is conduction? It's 4, right? Yeah, 4. So you've got your main hand. Oh, okay. So it is your body, your head, your main hand, and your neck, I think it is. As a result, if we do exchange everything and decide to go for 250, we will still have a good chance at getting the items we need without overlapping with what we currently have, which is nice. Conduction is the best tank set in the game as of now. Although it's insanely difficult to get. I've heard horror stories of how rare it is for some people. Like sitting there, burning through hundreds of thousands of points and not getting anything in the end. It's not a fun thing. Holy moly, I just realized something. I had this, okay, so, oh, I feel like such an idiot right now. Did I even post the right thing in Discord then? Yeah, I did, okay. Okay, so here's the issue, guys. What ended up happening was that I thought I set up all the settings on my XSplit broadcaster in order to, like, you know, set the title of the video and all that stuff. Well, it turns out the XSplit broadcaster didn't do any of that. So it kept all the default settings of my previous video, and the previous video I did was a test. And my test was an unlisted video. It had a particular name, a particular description, and it just kept all of that. So, the stream wasn't public. So, that's 14 minutes of content wasted for anyone that might have dropped in. But as of now, people can start flooding in, and I can have conversations with them, which is always very entertaining. One of my favorite parts of streaming, just talking to people. You know, sometimes though with this team, I almost wish that I didn't get as many red robots, because they do take quite a while to break down. Now, of course, spear is pretty much the best way to take them down, especially with the set. I think that axe does better, maybe? I'm not sure. Because with Axe, you've got the attack first, which does monumentous amounts of damage. Though I do know with Spear, I think it's basically the same, which is very odd. You would expect the Axe to be much more powerful with its attack first. Because attack last is always going to attack the weakest, especially on these things. So it's got an advantage in terms of what it's capable of. There's probably only a few instances where attacking the first guy would be better than attacking the last guy. Like right here, we want to attack the last guy. I guess if you get a red robot on the boss, you want to attack the first guy. I have no doubt, though, that they're going to try to switch up the meta again in the next raid. Like, after what they threw at us this raid. It's actually really funny, because I did an entire... I recorded a video of me reacting to the new update, but I never actually streamed it, so... Or even published it, for that matter. But yeah, I go into large detail about them changing the meta, and... it was really interesting and fun and unique. It was a changing course, which was really cool. And I have no doubt that they're going to do it again. Probably making other weapons more viable. Like, I can just imagine them making, like, an insanely powerful axe set that has, like, 5 pieces to it. And then everybody is like, what on earth? How am I supposed to... And it turns out to be, like, the best set in the game. Dude, but I can't imagine, like, having to program in that kind of set into my calculator. Like conduction here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 different combinations for conduction. And I can't remember the pattern, but it goes up pretty quickly. Yeah, because like with Divinity, for instance, it's only 4 and it goes into 12. So that's multiplying it by 4 then. So you'd probably get around that number of combinations, which is just absolutely insane. So I might just end up saying, well, this is 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3 of this new set, instead of having my my typical thing, which allows you to fully customize which pieces you're using, which is quite nice, in my opinion. There's a feature in my calculator that essentially lets you, how do I put this? Man, this music's catchy. But, how do I put it? Anyways, just ignore that. I suppose one thing I could do is set up sort of like a default where it pulls from a set of data of possibilities, and you just have a saved possibility. I don't know how to describe it. But basically, it spits out all the combinations for you instead of you having to do it. I'm not sure how I would go about doing that, but it would be very interesting to achieve. And oh snap, there's some new posts on theory crafting. Yeah. There was a big debate on theory crafting the other day about the validity of the new tank accessory. And I probably said like the most dumbest things out of everyone. Because I threw together a quick response. I didn't think too much about it. Didn't factor in a lot of things because I wasn't thinking about it. I was just acting on prior knowledge instead of validating that knowledge with, recent scientific discoveries, quote unquote scientific discoveries that happened. That either I did or other people did. Mostly I did. A lot of people know, like, a lot of this. There's a lot of mathematicians in the game that already understand the way everything works. But there's still some stuff, I was learning over the past, well, I guess a few months ago when I was with at my parents' place. Currently just sitting here at college, streaming, lonely, without anyone. I have myself, though. I am my own viewer, which is always very interesting. Just trying to double check to make sure this is public. Yeah, it is public. And it looks like it's time for the boss. Let's swap out our runes here. Try to get an item even though we don't really need a set. I don't think I want to give up on it. Okay, so if I'm going to give up on it at this point, I might as well just go ahead and make my beautiful legendaries upgraded. The only thing is I want more of you here to experience it, like, seriously. I wonder if I could get away with just upgrading one piece. Like if I could do 250 with, sorry, 210 with just one piece maxed. Or I suppose technically it would be 3, but... And they just took out one of my potatoes. Guess which, no, they did not take out one of my potatoes, because I'm not one. I'm just an ordinary citizen. Just like you guys. And I don't mean that in like a way because I'm the only person in chat and I'm a potato. Again, that's a complete lie. Perpetuated by the masses to undermine my success. Oh, not that rune. Damage is cool. Just 2 more raids. Man, this stuff is flying. Like, absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts how fast we're going through everything. The stream's gonna be done before anyone comes in. That'd be funny. I am streaming at a weird time, though. This is like 8 o'clock for me right now. It literally is 8 o'clock for me right now, in the middle of the week. Like on Wednesday, which is typically the most stressful day for most people. I get everything done because today is the most stressful day for me. Then I get a bit of free time to do streams, maybe. Or study for a test, which is what I'm going to do right after this. For those of you watching, always do your reading before you go to bed. Like right before you go to bed, do reading. Or just do something important. Because if you're thinking about something right before you go to bed, it stays in your mind and... it sort of ties up loose ends while you're sleeping. All the information, like, whenever I read my textbooks before bed, they always stick with me. Sure, I might be, like, insanely tired, but all the information sticks because I go to bed and I'm still thinking about it a little bit. Same thing goes for memorization. What else? What else? Or studying. Studying also works if you go to bed right after studying. That's one thing, like for exams, I don't get all-nighters, like, because not only are you sort of jeopardizing yourself because you're going to be a little bit more tired the next morning, much more tired because you stay up all night, and consequently you're going to do worse. I mean, there's studies out there that show even though you might think that you're more awake, you're not. Oh hey, welcome Brian Boom, welcome, and you're the first comment. I'm here talking about why all-nighters are terrible to myself. But also, like, again, when you go to bed, even if, like, all you need is 90 minutes of sleep minimum, you know, I really recommend 7.5, 9 hours for exams really is best. But, oh man, that means I need to sleep a lot tonight because I have an exam tomorrow. I'm going to get done with everything fast. But your brain ties up loose ends when you're sleeping, so study right before you go to bed. Then you'll be able to consolidate all that information, and come exam time, it's just going to be a breeze. While everyone else is over there scratching their heads, like, how on earth am I supposed to know all this stuff? Now, of course, that might have a little bit to do with the fact that I do go over things quite in depth before the exam. I always read all my content. But then again, I'm also using these same strategies. I'm reading right before I go to bed, so on and so forth. Also, how's my voice, Brian Boom? I'm not sure if it's loud enough. Because I was checking on my... what's it called? XSplit Broadcaster, and it seemed as though things were a little bit different. Maybe Brian can't hear me at all. Still in chat. Alright, now it's time for us to switch out the runes and do the boss. It doesn't hurt, actually, if I do get another set, because I can always exchange it for extra mats, or in case I do ever change my mind about being a healer, I can always do that. I mean, like, let's say I'm doing Raid 5, and the first thing I get is, like, a legendary staff, and I'm naturally going to upgrade that. Brian says, hey, and you do not raffle? No, I don't currently raffle. I doubt I will raffle in the future. I'm probably going to end up giving away spots on my own list if I have space, people that really need it. Because I know there's a lot of people that just go to streams just so they can beg for spots or that they can enter raffles, and a lot of times they don't need it. The best place really to go for friend requests is the Bit Heroes Discord. You can get people much better than me. There's a person named Wifey on the Bit Heroes Discord, and she or he, I don't know who they are, but they do these massive events where they give away hundreds of friend slots. Sometimes people give away like 50 friend slots, and it's just insane. Brian says, oh, and then something in Spanish that I don't know because I don't know Spanish. I could Google Translate it on my other screen, though. XD, sorry, Brian says. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know Spanish. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but I grew up in Russia, so I learned Russian in my school. Consequently, I never actually took up Spanish, which is what most people here in the U.S. learn in their school. It's unfortunate because I do have some friends here that are primarily Spanish, and it's like, oh no, I can't really communicate with you that well. That being said, I probably should clear out my friends list because I do have a few spots that I could throw out. And I do have someone in the Quiyu right now. Gold Gamer. Is this you, Brian Boom? Or is this someone else? Brian says, accept is my second account. Well, you have two accounts. I will really only add you as a friend on one account. because there's a lot of people out there with demand for what is it, like friend slots, and you need to offer equal treatment. And if you give 2 spots to everyone, then you're gonna have less space for everyone else. So it's much more worth it to have 100 friends with just their main account instead of just 50 friends with both their accounts. What's your primary account, Brian Boom? Because maybe I haven't added that one, and then I can just add your second account. I'll just add one of them. Let's actually go down here. Ooh, that's a good question, Brian Boom. Oh, nuts. There's a lot of people here. I can't remember if this guy... No, I think I can remove him. I think I don't want to remove Saoji. I really like Saoji. But he's just not useful anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let Saoji go. My guild's much better than him. Cursed Souls. I love this guy, but he's been gone a long time as well. Yeah, rest in peace, Saoji. He quit. A lot of my top friends have quit. It's like, or at least from, 6 months ago. Strike Force, he just rarely gets on, so I'll make him an exception. I have room for 3 people now. I have 3 requests, although I'm only going to accept Yosef. What's your primary account? Tell me, Brian. I might accept gold in that case. What do I expect from Raid 5? So really all I can expect are the trends. So I actually know some of the things that are going to be about Raid 5. So let me actually go pull this up here on my calculator. Okay, where is it? Tier 5? Okay, so if we're having a legendary tier, so this will be tier 8, not tier 7. A maximum legendary from tier 8 will be 373 TS. At 0 it's going to be 160 TS. An epic is going to be a base of 128, and maxed is going to have 256 stats. Distribution, of course, is always up in the air. They're always messing around with that. So as a result, like if we go back, so legendary tier 8, your new TS purely from items will be about 2,240. Now, of course, that's not counting the stat points you get from weeks or the stat points you get from tokens or your level or anything else. So that's stats. In regards to the actual raid itself, I'm pretty sure that they're going to switch up the meta again. Probably messing with how some of the skills in order to sort of undermine some of our current meta strategies. It's going to be pretty hard to get there, probably harder than it was to get to Raid 4, because they want to continuously make things more difficult in order to have content there. Brian says, I hope they make an accent. Actually, I was discussing that earlier this stream. I'm pretty sure that okay, so in this, the developers have mentioned many times that they want to make more builds viable. And having the axe made useful would be a good way of doing that. Now, they can make the axe more viable by doing several things. First of all, they can buff the skills, because the skills are pretty much useless at this point in time. But they can also, of course, make a set with it, like you're mentioning here, or even have a mythic axe. And judging by the way they've increased the amount of stuff required for sets, there will probably be a 5-piece set next raid, so they might have a 5-piece axe set, which will be an extremely interesting combination. So we'll have to see. And of course, having such a big set, it could have the potential to be superior to, say, conduction. And if it is, then, well, people will use it. Axes are a very interesting weapon, because they've got the target closest. The target closest, I think, is pretty lame. Like, it has the same amount of damage as the spear target furthest, and the spear target furthest is going to hit the weaker enemy. So I don't see the point in, you know, taking down the tank over, you know, like the DPS. Like, you want to take down the DPS 100%. You're never going to want to not do that. So they should really buff that skill. Also, the lifesteal skill is a little bit nicer than the attack all that it used to be, but it's still, like, they're going to have to change the meta to where everyone gets attacked pretty often in the raid, to the point where that lifesteal will come in handy. Because lifesteal is going to be used a ton on auto, whether you like it or not. I don't know what to do at this point. I think let's go ahead and do, what is it? Some normal dungeons. And then after that, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Because, again, we can exchange to make 2 legendaries at this point. Oh, what am I going to do? Okay, yeah, let's... Oh, settings. We want to disable Ignore Boss. Boom, okay. And it's time to farm up some mobs. It'll be interesting, though, because upon every new raid release, there is also a new zone, so you're going to get all those new familiars, and you get a total of, how many? 4 new sets. You get 4 new sets every single raid, because you've got the 2 different world bosses, and then you've got, of course, your raid and your trials / gauntlet. And someone just came onto the stream. Welcome, our 3rd viewer. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see the direction they take it in. And even if they end up doing a 5-piece set, hey, welcome to the stream, Kremmy. Good to have you. Because they might, because 5-piece set, that sounds a little bit excessive to me personally. I think they're going to take more to the route of mythics. They really like mythics. Oh my, we're also going to get a ton of new mythics from that. Gonna get at least 4 new mythics. No, at least 6, I'm gonna say. We're gonna have about 6, we're gonna have somewhere between 6 and 8 new mythics, along with 4 new sets, which is gonna be a blast. Currently they have 7 mythics, right? Ooh, also, cool new thing. If you look in the video description, I set up a Streamlab, so you can donate and stuff to me now, and I get notifications if people subscribe. It's super awesome. So like I could do a test one right here. Let's see. Test subscriber. Wait, it doesn't. Yeah, I think it works. So if I go ahead and do this, it should show up on the stream. Let's see. Yeah, like there we go. So I can't wait to like use that kind of stuff. It's also an interesting idea, because if I ever like get really good at streaming and I make like more than $10 an hour streaming, then I would just, instead of my main job, I could just do this. I'm not sure if it would be as good as my main job, because am I having a good impact on society? Maybe. I'd have to have a very admirable character in my streams. Then it would be worth it. It would be a good exchange for like a secondary job, like working at a dining hall or something like that, like, which is a great job, but it doesn't give me the experience that I want to become a genetic engineer, for instance. Hey, and welcome, The Division. Glad to have you. Or should I say, ahoy, matey. You know, I need it. Okay, The Division. I'm going to. I don't think I've hit the bell icon for you. Oh, technically I haven't even subscribed to you right now, Division. Because I never get, I noticed that I never got like notifications for your stream. Because I mean, I have it showing up on what is it? Discord. But that's it. Dabs out. No! Don't leave us. We love you, The Division. Don't just abandon us. It's okay. He's got trucks to drive. Holy potatoes. We just went from like 1 person to 4 people. It's insane. Kremi says, I'd make streaming more of a side hobby / part-time moneymaker in your case, Link. Just a bit more stability financially. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Because it is, I mean, like, technically this is just something I'm enjoying doing, so, you know, just leave it as that. Division says, ahoy! Okay, I'm back in. I'm about to stream Bit Heroes. Oh, snap, you're about to stream. Well, I'm going to get an alert, and I'm going to be like, man, I can't join it. Because I've actually got to study right after this, so... all of those of you who are currently here, go ahead and check out The Division when I'm done. Division's pretty cool, too. He's actually got, like, this cool green screen set up with stuff in the background. He's got this neat pirate theme. And he's got this super cool chat setup, which I need to set up as well. Division says, what do you do during the day? We are all from my channel. Oh, you guys all are. Oh, sweet. Are you talking to me? In regards to what do I do during the day? Brian and Kremi, gotcha. I didn't know that. Now I know. Pretty cool fellows. Yeah, I mostly... I mean, like, I have school all day, pretty much. And, of course, I gotta work on things during that time. Currently studying to become a genetic engineer. So, yeah, just classes and studying. Like, literally, that's it. So, of course, studying involves learning new stuff by reading textbooks and whatnot. Of course, studying for exams to make sure you understand the content. And, of course, catching up with professors to make sure you understand everything. And can, of course, talk about interesting topics. It's always really cool just going up to your professors. Just asking about anything. Just chatting. Division says, I'm finishing my degree also. Oh, that sounds great. What are you majoring in and where are you going? Division says, just finished another 4 classes in December. Sweet. How many more do you have to go? Kremi says, I'm now just getting home. Long day at work and had to make a run to the grocery. A lot of bills to catch up on and shut-off notice has been taken care of. Oh, that's good that you took care of that. 2 more classes from Division. Snap! Oh, that's so cool! Yes, you're gonna graduate! And then maybe you can get an upgrade, or, yeah, an upgrade in your current job or to what you really want to do. Or maybe you don't want to do it and you just want to be an impact to society and you're doing something like that. But anyways, either way, it's going to be awesome, Division. Division says, I bought a truck in December, so I can't pay for classes. Holy smokes, you bought a truck. That's a big investment, man. I really hope it pans out for you. Brian says, I'm now doing homework and I should not be watching streams. Well, then get your homework done, Brian. Don't let me distract you. I want you to be successful. How much do trucks cost, Division? I'd imagine that those are some pretty heftily priced things. Like, what would it be? Like, somewhere between 20 and 50,000? Division says, what questions Link will give you the answer? Oh. Oh. I am planning on becoming a tutor, but I'll more or less give you the explanation for the answer, not just the answer. You bought it for 20,000, man. Did you have to take out a loan for that, or were you able to save up and get it yourself? Because that sounds like, man, But seriously, Division, like, hats off to you, making investments and trying to get ahead of the game. Like, that's really good. Taking initiative really gets you far. And, of course, risks as well. Wait, so do you work for a company, Division, or your own private business, or like who do you do trucking for? Holy potatoes! This is the third Staeus in a row that we have captured. Like, I was tracking the amount of successes we had on just Staeus. This is the third in a row. Know the chance of that happening? I'm pulling up a calculator. I know you said something, Kremmy, but I want to calculate this first. Okay, so we're talking 0.2 to the power of 3. The chance of that happening are 0.8%, so about 1%. So that's bound to happen at one point in time. For every instance of 3 Staeuses, though, so that's like pretty rare. Kremmy says, holy potatoes, Link, how many Staeuses do you need? You have more than enough, I think, for maxing out the legendary. Actually, in order to max out Welcome, I would need 50. Wait, no. 5 times... So let's say I just want 1 Welcome maxed, so that would be 6. So that would be 5 times 6, which is 30, actually, so I need 10 more. Division says, I am a company driver. I drive 18-wheelers delivering propane. Oh, yeah, you mentioned that earlier. You were delivering propane. What company in particular do you work for? I know my dad was a trucker for a while as well. Those are some long nights, like some pretty tough drives sometimes. Get really good at driving though, I'd imagine. Division says, can't say I have to keep privacy. I also get to carry a pistol all day, no lie. Oh, interesting. Is that the case with all truck drivers, or is it just a company policy for your driving in particular? And yeah, I completely understand privacy. Yeah, why would you carry a pistol as a truck driver? I don't know why. I mean, I'd imagine that you're carrying propane, which is probably a pretty valuable product, so you could run into some trouble. Alright, let's see if we can get 4 in a row. No, not 4 in a row. Kremmy says, oops, never mind. Done the math wrong, and I blame my day. It's completely fine, bro. Like, I've done bad math. I did bad math in theory crafting the other day, and I felt like an idiot. Or I related a theory incorrectly. Division says, well, this is Texas, and my company encourages it because I could blow up a 5-mile block with the gas I'm carrying. Holy potatoes, that's a very big block. And yeah, in Texas. Are you from Texas, Division? Or is that just where you work? You don't strike me as a Texan. And are you sure it could blow up a 5-mile block? I really... that would be a lot of propane, I'd imagine. But it can do some damage, that's very true. Did you start out by trucking propane, or did you truck something different? Because I'd imagine that they would want a higher up experienced driver if you're dealing with such dangerous cargo. We got our bounties finished, so we can go ahead and check that out. You are correct, the Division said. So you did have to work for a while at other stuff. And what are you doing in a university Division? Because, I mean, if you've, like, invested in a truck and everything, it seems you want to stay in the trucking business. Did you go to university for trucking? Man, I like this music. Oh, this is a remix of Banjo-Kazooie. Division says, the degree is for my own satisfaction. I will not pursue anything from it. Oh, that's pretty cool. You do get some interesting experiences in college, and of course, you learn quite a few things. Arguably. It also depends on the university you go to, though, I suppose. And, of course, your willingness to get something out of it. Why did I just persuade the Zorg? The Zorgs I don't need them. Brian says, haha, goodbye. I have homework to do. Gotta go to rest early. Sounds good, man. Best of luck with your homework, and I hope to see you later. I still can't get over how cool some of these backgrounds are. If you look right here, it's got the flowing lava. You've got the... Are the clouds pulsating? I thought they were for a second, but it looks like they're stationary. But still, the background's pretty well done. Sort of gives this feel that you're on this bridge going across the lava, inching your way towards the boss. I really wish that they changed the dungeon layout sometimes, though, because, I mean, it's the same sort of blandness. You got the same background and everything. I understand the reasoning behind that, because games where I have seen that they work with that, it looks weird. See, I don't know. That might be interesting. Kermit says, the scenery and landscapes in this game are rather eye-catching. Yes, those are... the two things that Bit Heroes really excels at are the like scenery, animations, etc., and the sounds. Now, unfortunately, I don't have sounds on because usually I have them off, and I'm trying to do commentary for my stream. So, Division says, I want to try out YouTube for a while, so I'm making my efforts on my current job on YouTube only. No school this semester. Maybe summer. Sounds like a good plan, Division. It seems like you're doing very good on YouTube, too. I think it was like, you're having, what, like 400 views a video? I'll have to double check on that one. Welcome to the stream, Camilo. It's nice to have you. And is that how I pronounce your name? Because I know that many people that come on here, I pronounce their name wrong, and it's like, potatoes. Division says, I wish, but more than 100 each time for sure. That's pretty good. It seems the YouTubers I followed back in the day, success just really comes with time. Slowly you you get more and more people, and just eventually, you know, you become a popular streamer. Also, you get better at it. I mean, you've already got quite a bit set up, Division. You've got like your camera, you got your cat. Like, cat's perfect. Like, that's great. So just give it time and you'll get there. It's a lot of time and work when it comes to YouTube. Aww. And Camilo has the little cute face. I love the little cute face. Sometimes though, when I post it on like Gmail and stuff, it like defaults to like this weird cat, and I'm just like, what on earth? How dare you? It's supposed to just be a cute face. I wonder what's in this little sack that's attached to the master. He's got this little sack right here. Could it be some secret ninja powder? Could it be the ashes of his deceased brethren? I don't know. Your in-game name is Camelodoxer. Let's check you out. Since we have nothing better to do while we're doing Invasion, might as well. Ooh, snap. You look pretty good, my man. You've got... It looks like you're working on Talds, which isn't a terrible thing. You've also got really good tank builds. Trophy. Trophy is the best. Like, no joke. It makes the best builds in the game. Your runes aren't all damage reduction, but they're not that bad. Got your rare soul rune, which is pretty good too. Because yeah, as a tank you want to put everything in one particular area, and for you it would be damage reduction, of course. I'm sure you already know that. Using the Goliath. Oh, I don't see that many people using Goliath. That's an interesting choice. Why did you choose to use Goliath, Camilo? Some of your enchants aren't the best, but then again, I've been around a little bit longer. Well, not that long, because you're level 207. That's pretty high. I don't know my current guild level, but I can go ahead and check it out for you right after this round. I also want to check out how good the community is doing in, what is it? Invasion as a whole. So we'll have to see. Goodbye, Meaty. Meaty, like, never gets to go. He's just so stinking slow. I am currently in Chosen. Chosen is a level 175 guild. It's got its members maxed out, it's got its speed maxed out, and we're currently saving for more XP, which I personally would like, you know, if we had some more of these things, but when it comes to GVG, oh, this is the wrong thing. If we go under ranks, we got 14 last GVG, the GVG before that we got number 6. And then Guild Bucks, I think we did 47. But we're being really competitive right now, so we plan on going up much higher. Saying you're in 7, U7? Oh no, you're in Unity. Gotcha. Unless that's a face that I don't recognize. UGVG 50k to 60k. The minimum for Chosen is 50k, though we typically expect much more. Like, I got in with 70, doing consistently 70k. What you want to end up doing is just, although for your TS, that's probably really good, Camilo. Unity look top. I'm not sure, I haven't looked at Unity before. I'm sure they're pretty good. But yeah, if you exchange all of your honor for GVG, that's really, that will get you into pretty much any guild that's not pay to win. That will boost you up to the top. Man, this is tough. We don't have many good matchups. Oh, and we're actually using not using the right runes. This is a bummer. So we got this guy. He's got shield per turn. This guy's terrible. How about this guy? Oh no, he's got Boyga. That's awful. Boyga and Pew Pew. Only exceptions this guy, and he's a crazy... Does he have any redirect? Okay, he doesn't have redirect. So I'm going to fight this fellow. And what we're going to have to end up doing is, please don't be in the back. Oh, he's in the back. We're going to have to take down his bad guys ASAP. I think that we're going to go for Korgs here. Because, yeah, we don't want him to get a turn in between any of this. Otherwise, he has that potential to heal up massively. And it looks like we did some decent damage. Oh, welcome, Colossus. Good to have you. I think you joined last time, and you weren't able to introduce yourself too much. Okay. Oh, you just evaded my crazy OP hit. I think we're fine at this point. We've won this. Yeah, Colossus says. Oh, holy potatoes. This guy just is soaking up our hits. He just does not care. This might be a long battle. I'm not sure if we can win this. Have fun. Talk to you later, Division says. Well, it was nice having you on the stream, man. I look forward to your stream later today. Keep up the great work and best of luck. Man, yeah, we're just, like, getting crushed right now. We just can't take him down. I think it's probably half my fault for being a speed build and going into a fight where he healed when hit. And yeah, let's switch out our runes to BXP again. Because you want to get those extra XPs. Tasty. And of course, during the PvP match, we should really... Okay, well, I have 4 stinking viewers right now. I guess that includes myself, but I think we should exchange our stuff and go for legendaries here, because then we get a chance at the conduction, even though it's insanely small. Kremi says, I'm kind of worried for next GVG. They expect 10,000 points minimum, but I barely reach 8 or 8.5k for my guild. Yeah, it can be tough earlier on, but that's not that much. Like, I mean, I'll have to look back at your character, but you just got to get on twice a day, Kremi. Okay. Alright, your gears, you might struggle. I see how you could struggle. But how often do you get on for GVG, Kremi? And Camilo says, good runes. Yeah, I've gotten pretty fortunate with my runes so far. If I had told you a few months ago, I would say I'm not too fortunate. However, what ended up happening was I got I never got the XP runes that I wanted, and as a result, I just have all the legendary minor runes except for XP, which is what I wanted to get. So yeah, that's nice for me, because then I can just switch out to whatever I want at the time. Camilo says, holy potatoes, it's Blink. Yep, Blink's in our guild. Alright, so I'm gonna take my time here. Ouch, and he is just annihilating us right now. Alright, you're gonna hit him, and we're just gonna focus all of our firepower on this insanely overpowered DPS. Because if we can't take him down right here... Okay, we took him down. We should be good at this point. Alright, we're at pretty good viewers right now. So I'm going to say we're going to go ahead and boost ourselves up into the big league, which is a little bit dangerous for PvP. Because that increase in TS is, of course, going to mean we're going to go face a lot more set people. But we're also going to be able to push invasion, etc. Top GVG, Camilo says, yeah, we're top, this guild's top GVG. We're probably going to consistently get top 10 from here on out, I'm guessing. Definitely top 15. Top 10, likely. Kermie says, I log on twice a day, but on weekends I go on 3. I usually spend all tokens per play on invasion or GVG. That's very good, very good. So you're putting in the best effort you can. Yeah, Camilo, it's pretty crazy. I was just looking for a top 50 guild, and I got in here, and I was like, yo, man, this is great. But okay, alright. This is a little bit nerve-wracking, guys. We're about to, let's first throw out all these epics. Because we're just... Let's go legendary. Are we ready? Are we ready to exchange these things and get ourselves some new legendaries? I think we're ready. I think we're going to do this, guys. So first of all, we don't need this. This is just, you know, your ordinary axe, so we can go ahead and throw that away. We can also throw out 3 of these. We don't need so many. And the same philosophy applies with all of these. When it comes to our offhand here, we don't need these at all, because we already have an offhand, as you can see. It's not the best offhand. Like, I probably should have upgraded one of these, but I didn't have these at the time, so I mean, I guess I can't blame myself. Let's go ahead and throw away these. So we are scrapping. And that will put us up to a total of 1,000 ROM bits, which is enough to upgrade the legendaries I'm about to upgrade. Alright, so we're going to upgrade our necklace and our ring. Now the question is, what stats are we going to want to put these guys into? Right over here, we've got them both in agility. Now, I personally believe I have an excess of agility right now. If we look at similar weapons, though, they're going to pretty much even out our distribution, so we might as well go agility anyways. We're also going to get a massive boost in health, so I'm probably also going to reforge this to sort of branch away from health and go more to an attack and agility, and that's going to give me like a way bigger power build than I was expecting, but okay. How do you get so many legendaries, Camilo says? Just play every single day. That's several months of legendaries right there. Well, not probably 2 months, I would say, actually. No, not 2 months. Oh, it's a long time. Kremi says, I'd say make one for agility, one for attack. I'm going to make both for agility, just because I can see where the stat distribution is going to go here, and I'm going to change this out to be agility and power, so I can just reforge this really easily here in a second. So first of all, let's upgrade these things to what I want. Alright, agility, let's go. Sweet. Now let's keep doing this. Let's max you. It's going to cost me a fortune to do this. It's going to cost me well over 100 epics, and of course maybe 1,000,000 gold. Probably not quite that much. Yeah, look at this. This is crazy. So it is increasing everything by a bunch. So that's why I want to reforge the other thing in the end. So we got a ring. Although we could I'm not sure about the distribution on this ring. This ring requires you put it into 2 categories. So yeah, I'm going to just go for the singular category here. And this will go into agility. Alright. And so we're just going to jump up in TS. Like, this is just going to be... I don't even know how I'm going to be able to describe this. This is just going to be a huge boost in TS. Oh, well, we got to actually equip that, don't we? All items. Boom! 535 health. That's a really big change. And we still... So we have about 4 times as much agility. A little bit... Yeah, I'm probably at 2K right now. What is my exact number? All right, calculator. All right, equals 287 plus 535 plus 1,215 gives us a whopping 2,037 TS. We just hit 2K, guys. Woohoo! Snap. All right, man, that's great. I do want to see what... I do want to see if I reforge this, what it will give us in the end. So wait, I just want to like record my stats right now. That way I can sort of have a reference as to what I will be before and after, and if the after is going to be a better idea than what I currently have. 535, 1,215. Okay. So if we're going to go into craft and we're going to... Oh, can you even reforge from this menu? It doesn't seem like I can... Oh, you have to go under here. So if we reforge this, we can reforge this to a power and agility. So that's going to decrease our power by 116, but sorry, our health by 116. Oh, that's a big dip. Yeah, I think we're going to keep it the way it is right now. Because this is just going to, if we do this, that's just going to tank our health. But let's actually check also to see what our raid teams... Oh, we can do another raid at this point. Now we've got Seek has the lowest health, so that's not too great. On the bright side, nothing's going to target me at this point. Like, I've got just the most health out of everyone. But what I'm really worried about is how much speed I have compared... Okay, so I have about 4 times... Streamception, the Division says. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Because he's streaming right now, too. So we have 4.23 times more speed than we do power, which is sort of scary, I'd say. I really want to stay in the range of 2 to 3. So changing... Okay, well, actually, let me see here. Let's go ahead and... Because if we add 116 to power, but we remove it from speed, what's our distribution going to be like then? So if we do that, we're going to have about 2.7 times more speed than power, which is actually not that bad of a distribution, to be completely honest with you. So if I reforge this right now, I can reforge this if we go in here. If I reforge this right to this one, I'm going to have a pretty good build on my hands. The advantage of this, by the way, is that this will be very good for GVG. Because in GVG, you don't want as much speed. Now, this is just going to cost me 50k and 2 epics to reforge. So if I don't like this combination, I can always change back. So let's go ahead and do this. And this just gets me 2.7 times as much speed as I do power, which I think is a good amount. But before we pass too much judgment on it, let's see if we can still win PvP at this point, because our TS is way up in the big leagues now. Yeah, as you can see, these guys are going to be tough cookies. They're not going to let down very easily. All of them are going to have Epic Plus. With very rare exceptions, of course. Ooh, this guy's just awful. I don't want to touch him. Alright, looks like this first guy was our best bet. We might have to end up doing fewer PvP tickets at this point. Simply because, like, this, it's going to be insane in order to survive some of this. Well, it looks like we're still doing alright. And I get 3 turns, I think it is, for every one that my guys get. So that's not the worst. I really wish I could have a little bit more, but that's okay. Yeah, I think that might be a little bit of a problem. I am a little bit slow at this point. Not like insanely slow, but just slow enough for me to be a little bit worried. Because I increased my power by 33%. And what that ends up doing... Well, actually, I increased it much more than that. But what that ends up doing is... Oh, wait a minute. My distribution is a little bit different than what I have... Oh, no, it is exactly what I have written. Never mind. I think it'll be okay. I think we're doing pretty well. We do have one invasion thing, so we can see how far we can get in that. Let's go ahead and switch up our raid team here as well, because Seek can no longer be in the front because he's going to get targeted. So we want to put someone in back that has... Here we go. We want someone with Skuldamort. Oh no, but he has what is this called? Obliteration. So we want to keep him in front. So let's switch out Nate. Let's see if we can get... Nate has pretty much the best combo, which I'm a little bit sad about. Oh, Dustwalker has pretty good stuff. Okay. Yayo looks... Yayo looks really nice. He's going to decrease our team's DPS a little bit, but he's a good soaker upper. And of course he's got that Skoldamort right there, which is really nice. Valhalla takes care of our shields as well, which is really good. Let's just jump right into this raid and see how we can perform with this new setup. It's really nice because, again, I'm not going to be targeted anymore. Instead, they're going to target someone else with Skoldamort, which will, in turn, hopefully heal up the team a little bit more, or at least the person being damaged. Now, this is a very interesting combination, this person in back, because they've got Acropodium paired with the special mount. I like it. So far looking good. Yeah, Camilo, my tank is pretty top-notch. For a while, he was one of the... I think he was the #1 on the... what was it? Trials leaderboard. Oh, you have Mr. XX. I'm trying to remember what Mr. XX is like. Mr. XX, I really want a... what is this? Obliteration tank. Like, that's really optimal for me if I could get that. And of course, he's Decay, which is sweet. Oh man, he's got... Oh wow, he has a lot of lifesteal. That's very strange that he would use those kinds of enchants. I suppose this guy is really about longevity. I mean, you can see by his health. Oh, Petit. I think I used to have it, Petit, actually. I actually got an invite to what Mr. XX's guild. But I never... I decided... It was actually a tie between him and Chosen. Those are the two top guilds I was interested in. Petit's really nice as well. I would love to have Mr. XX. If he adds me, that would be great. Kremi says, I've not had any change since you last looked at my build and stats besides one level higher. About 60k and level 162. Sounds good. Although only 60k XP? That's not a lot. I mean, I make that much in a day. Well over that much in a day. Unless you mean something else. Camilo says, what is Ignore Boss raid? So, Ignore Boss, what Ignore Boss does is essentially, it acts as though the boss isn't there. So on autopilot, it won't make your team run into it and attack the boss. The reason that this is very useful is, say you want to save the boss for the end because he's really difficult. Excuse me there. You know, you can go through the dungeon on auto, and then you can just come back yourself and beat the boss. Kremi says, still hoping for Rengar, but not gonna hold my breath. Well, yeah, Rengar is tough. Save up the gems to bribe him if you can't get a good persuade. All right, very good. And it's time for this boss battle. So it looks like things are just like as tough as usual with the raid. It's going to be interesting adjusting to this new strategy of having everyone using Skoldamort. Camilo says, is help for chance dropping a legendary? The reason, yeah, actually, that's one of the reasons that I disable autopilot. Sorry, I have that option enabled, is because I can stop before I go to the boss and change out my runes. And I want item find runes before the boss, and that does increase the chance that you find a legendary. Actually, my current runes increase the chance that I'll find a legendary by 40%, which is a very high chance. Which means I'm getting 40% more legendaries than usual. So say I get 10 legendaries normally, I would get 14 using this strategy. Which is, as you know, you can infer, a pretty big amount. Okay, so that worked out very well. Let's go ahead and let's actually keep item find and see if we can push level 210. This is really why I did this. So that way I could try to make my way through this. Oh, this is Gauntlet, so we may have to actually monitor this on our own. Right, let's hope that we can do it. I don't know if this is going to be possible or not. Because 210, you know how tough that is. But yeah, with 2000 TS, I think I should be able to do it. Thank you, Colossus. So far, we're not looking too shabby, though I will probably end up having to do some manual here because they are hurting my tank a little bit at this point. And yeah, I really can't wait till I get a better tank or healer. I mean, the only better tank would be Rombolio, so I don't know. I need to get insanely lucky with some schematics to get him, because I currently don't have Ulxarath or Captain Wombombs. Camilo says, do you have Wembo +1? Actually, I don't have Wembo +1. He's just 0. But I do have, what's his name? Bobodom +1. Really, I should probably farm for more Bobodom pieces and just make some more of him. I'm also looking into getting Welcome, because Welcome is just a way better healer than Wembo. He's more consistent. He's got technically a higher damage output, and just, yeah, I just really like Welcome a lot more than Wembo. Which is why you see me doing what I'm doing with farming those familiars, because I'm trying to get him +5 maybe someday. I still don't have the schematic though. Colossus says, why does everyone like Captain Wombombs? I personally don't like him. He's not a very useful familiar on his own, but he can fuse to make Rombolio, which is very, very good. This Rombolio is basically the best tank in the game. Kremi says, I'm able to push up to 135 on Trials and Gauntlet, but came back to 109 and I have successfully dropped 1 or 2 of the Unity set. Oh, that's really good, bro. Unity's very, very valuable. Although with the viability that they made, like they made they made staffs much more viable, so it's sort of a lost cause? It's probably not the right word for it, but... Oh, that was wrong. Oh, that was also wrong. I need to be more careful with my skills. Okay. Just 0 SP this down to the bone. For Bido, I have Bido. Oh yeah, Bido, that's really nice. Bido's really, really good. So I'm wondering if we're going to want to end up healing up for this boss, or if we're just going to want to try to power our way through. I'm going to try to heal up here, I'm thinking, as we try to get through this boss. Oh man, this guy's got Astaroth flag. I forgot how deadly that is. Okay, well, we're getting some crits, which is nice, but those aren't comparing to his crits, of course. Right, we probably should take this guy down first and foremost, and then we can focus on healing. Okay, that's good. All right, now let's do this, that. Okay, so we are going to have to manual this if we want to try to do 250. And then we just keep getting lucky with these crits with Wembo. Like, that's not going to happen every single time, so. Legendary, everyone's saying. Well, not everyone. Camilo. We have 4 other viewers, including myself. Alright, and let's just go ahead and heal up again. Just steal some health. Wembo's really good for those situations where, oh, yeah, like right now would be a great time for Wembo to heal himself. Please, please, please don't kill us. It'd be really nice if we could take you down without having to heal anything. This is going to be a massive pain. I really want to rush the next legendary now. Nothing! As you might expect. Oh well. At least we made it to 210. That's pretty good. Now let's see how far we can get an invasion. Oh wait, nope, don't go yet. We have to disable this option, otherwise this is going to be an absolute nightmare. And I am considering moving out some of the healers here, because we currently have Derwin in the second to last team, and we really don't need that many healers. Like, I don't even know if we need Wembo. Like, is Wembo really better than Derwin? I personally think that Derwin and Wembo should switch spots, if we keep Wembo, for sure. Because you want your more luck-reliant things towards the back, and your more consistent, though speedy, get-through things in the front. BD. Bleh. I think this is a good combo. I think we're ready to annihilate these guys. Let's see. Okay, what round do you think we're going to get to? I'm gonna let you guys place your bets. What round do you think we're gonna make it to? Now we've increased our TS by about 200. $33 says Colossus. That's quite a long ways. Let's see. I'm gonna guess 32. Camilo says, bro, I study on university. Bye, good video. Add me in game. Sounds good. Nice having you on the stream, man. And let's see, because you did give me your... Oh wait, no, this was you don't need me. You don't need me, Camilo. I'm not going to add you. And you're a tank, so you've got plenty of other great friends to help you out. Kremi says, I'll play safe and say 31. Sounds good. I'm actually guessing, seeing how things are going right now, probably Colossus is going to win here. Oh, wait a minute. You guys just surrounded me. Colossus was like 33. I was like 32. Kremi was like 31. Snickering in the background. You cornered me in. I'm going to purposefully kill myself at 32 just to be right now. I'm going to try to get as far as I can. But yeah, Colossus, it looks right now like you're the winner, because we still have our first team alive, and we're probably going to get to the first boss, I'm guessing, with first or second team. Yeah, this is looking very good for us. I mean, it's looking very good for Colossus. Yeah, it's not just Colossus. Alright. After this one, we're at the boss, so we probably should start... how do I put it? We're going to start manualing it at this point. Oh, nuts, we're taking a lot of damage. Just trying to sustain ourselves. Don't die on me, buddy! Hermie says, I'd rather like the master schematic, but the epics required take me a while to get as well. Yeah, it's a grind for these special familiars. Alright, I'm actually just gonna do 1 SP, I mean 0 SP, because then I can store up some SP. And hope that he doesn't get too much on us. Okay, so we can either do this. I think this is the best bet to do some damage to him initially. And of course this, and oh, he's already dead. So, oh well. Get one more hit on him and that's it. Alright, well, we're probably going to make it past this, I'm guessing, because... Oh no, he just took out our tank. I mean, our healer. Okay, well, we are doing well still. So we're definitely going to get to 31, that's for sure. So, Kremmy, it's looking good for you. Although, wait, we just have one team left after this, so we're going to have to see... Will we get to 32 or 33 is the question. I'm going to try to get the last guy, because the last guy's always on the least health. I mean, he has the least HP. And of course, we can take out the first guy. Right. Very good. Very good. I want Penge, because I have enough healer, says Colossus. I can't remember if Penge is a good guy or not in terms of DPS. Well, I'm very sorry to say, Kremmy, but it's 32 at least. Oh, and we just got some good hits, so we might make it to 33. I hope we make it to 33. I want to make it as far as possible in this. Even if I want to be right. Right. Maybe we can take him down. Yes, we took him down. Sweet. So we're going to make it to 33 now. Pretty much guaranteed. We can actually auto it at this point. So, guess who won? Colossus! You got the right guess. We might even make it to 34, actually. Depending on how this one goes. Yeah, we're going to make it to 34, guys. This is just nuts. Absolute nuts. This 200 TS increase was great for us. I'm glad we decided to do it now instead of later. Although I'm very worried about doing the 210 gauntlet. It seems like it's going to be quite a grind for me to, you know, because I'm going to have to manual it all the time. And use potions. Which I suppose I don't mind that much, but it's going to be a grind. It's going to be a lot of time. Wait a minute, can we make it to 30 stinking 5? That would be just incredible. Snap, we are doing really well. Let's actually try to manual this and get to 35 here. Okay, very good. Oh, we're doing so well. Wait, let's actually switch me and Hale. I just realized, and we're not going to win this one, but so there's this raid called A Hail of a Mistake. At first I thought this was a euphemism, but now that I look at it, it's actually Hale because this guy's name is Hale. If we go down, where is he? Where is he? Let me find him. Yeah, this guy. His name is oh, it doesn't tell us anymore. That's a bummer. But yeah, that's his name. I didn't even realize that was a pun. That's actually pretty funny. Alright, so Colossus says, so it is technically a euphemism, but like it's a pun as well, which is funny. Colossus says, the higher you go, the more items you find in Invasion. That is not true. You get the same items no matter how far you get in Invasion. The only difference is the amount of points you get. And you want more points in order to contribute to the event. That way you might get the big rewards. Because you see here, the rewards here, you have different tiers. So currently we're on tier 4, but you can get up to tier 6. Tier 6 at this point would give me 250 mount guts opposed to what I'm currently getting, which is 200. In order to get that higher tier, our community needs to push the ranks and get over here to tier 6, which means we need to get 100,000 points. Currently, we are at 42,000 points. I'm going to calculate right now what percentage of the whole that is. Okay, so we have equals 42.669 divided by 100. So we're about 42.669% the way there. In terms of days, we currently have, I'd say, about 9 days left. So that's 9 out of 14. So that's 5 divided by 14 is the amount that we've had so far. Equals 5 divided by 14. It keeps giving me a date. Great. Alright, so that's 0.3. Yeah, we're 0.34. So we're actually quite on track in order for winning this event. Kirby says, and the story it gives when you first attempt Raid 4 is kind of intriguing. It makes it seem like a way towards a story for your character. That could be possible. That they might go into a little bit of lore in this. Although they have said in the past they're not too interested in doing that. Nonetheless, it's quite an interesting thing. With the broken time machine and all of that. Well, it looks like we've got everything done. We've got all the Gauntlet done except for, you know, a few of these, which I'll do before I go to bed. Raids are complete. Invasion's complete. Even our quests are complete. Although we may want to go for some of these at some time. Because you have like complete dungeons without other players or complete dungeons solo. We're probably going to end up having to do that here. I wonder if I can complete this one solo. We'll have to see next time. Because this time, I'm all out of time. Thank you everyone so much for watching. If you found this stream entertaining, please leave a like. If you didn't find it entertaining, please leave a dislike. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope that your day is marvelous and that you are able to make the most of it. Because that's what counts, right? What we make of it. Keep being awesome.